Libras, what's going on? We gonna get into an in-depth reading for y'all. So whatever that consists of, I'm gonna let it be known as soon as I see it. You heard? So if it revolves around dating, love, career, just regular stuff, regular, I don't know. But whatever I see and whatever I feel, we're going to go in depth to where we can get a better understanding of it. You heard? So just wanted to communicate that, all right? And the reason why you're being put on a pedestal right now is because your viewership, your sign viewership for these recent tarot readings that I've been doing have been up there in the top 3 of the category. So I would like to thank you for, just tuning in and listening to the stories. That's what I'm calling them now, because it just feels like stories, So basically, with that being said, it's story time. And with no further delay, part of that noise in the background, they're like doing the cleaning the air filters in our vents. It's got like some type of process that they've built, some new and improved type shit. I appreciate it though, And you got an automated process to clean something. You don't gotta have people all crawling through your walls and shit to do it. It's a good thing. Yay, technology type shit. You know what I'm saying? But how y'all feeling out there, Libras? Hope y'all are doing well. Hope y'all are looking and feeling as beautiful as your eye. Because you know your eye. And, yeah. Thanks for being here, Thanks for being here. But we're going to get into depth. I'm curious to know myself what this entails. Because there's no intentional intent. Does that make sense? There's no intentional intent with this reading other than to go in depth. So I'm excited about it. Usually I have a method or a structure of how I'm going to do it, and this just isn't one of those things. I gotta take these rubber bands out, man. Gotta water my joints, oil them, the stuff. Y'all know about the stuff, the beautified stuff, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna do it during y'all reading and shit. Let me just get to the slicing and dicing of the deck and get it underway, right? Right. So, Libras, this is the situation at hand, or what we're looking at right now, just off the top. Hermit. Of course, looking within right now, Libras. And you're doing some soul searching because you're looking for spiritual enlightenment, and this can come from, you might be looking at more tarot. It explains the increased viewership of tarot right now. You may be looking, no, not maybe, you're looking for spiritual guidance. I don't have the deets yet on what it is that you're looking for, but what I can tell you is you're looking to put an end to something. I think this end of something that you're putting an end to something that is not saddening either. It's not like, oh, it's going to be the end of this and, I got to prepare because I'm going to miss that person or I'm going to miss doing this. I don't feel that like at all. I feel you're secure in going inward to make this happen. I would say apply this to wherever Libra is in your chart, Libras, in your natal charts. And also, of course, apply it to self because it's going to be in your first house because we're talking about you regardless because of the sundial of the zodiac. You're going inward as well because there's a lot of black and white. Meaning Republican, Democrat, red, blue. All of that polarity stuff. All of that opposing stuff is going on, and you're the sign of the scales. You're the sign of balance. So that can't be too good for you. But again, I'm feeling that you're very secure in going inward because you're finding the shaded area of gray that you determine is needed in life so that people aren't so matter of fact all of the time. The truest decisions you feel should be made when, I don't know, there's a common ground found in both of the things. You know, it's like why parties can't agree on something that they may both not fully agree with, but why even present it or propose it if we can't meet each other halfway? And it's like you're going inward to find a resolution for this. This is very solution based. And you're under the guise of this as well. I don't know how major the role is that you play in this. This is just something that the universe is asking. And it could be that you're taking the initiative to put it on your back. Pause. I think you've gotten an epiphany. And if you're not, because this is external, this isn't personal, but if you are the one who is choosing to go inward about this, and it hasn't happened yet, it's going to happen through an epiphany. Something major is going to be put forth in a way that suggests there's no middle ground, and you're going to be like, hold my fucking beer, you're wrong. You're not going to tell nobody though. Not yet anyway. And I don't think this has to deal with self-healing. I think this has to deal with healing the earth, the earthlings, whoever they may be. Seems like we're sharing space with someone, something. I already have to draw another card. So, what do we have here? Six of Cups. Yeah, makes sense. The children of the world today do not know what it feels like to be the children of your day. And I don't necessarily think that saddens you. But you do want to make a change of something that you've observed. Especially relative to people looking down on the youngins, the youngest of us, and saying they're not this, they're not that, they're not this, they're not that. Part of the reason they're not what we were is because they didn't have our predecessors. They're not even as close to their grandparents as we were. So that's a factor right there to consider. Yet, you got people from our generation and generations before us still coming at them. Like, how can't y'all not acknowledge that and add that into the dialogue that you are exercising in public on Earth? It's like you are, not you, but it's like you are observing people being antagonists to those younger people. Now, I do also see that because you see a solution, you see a way to get in the middle of this, but you're skeptical about being full-fledged on it. You are in the middle because the youngins may look up to you and be like, nah, we good. I ain't even buying what you selling. I'm not trying to hear this shit. How can we trust you? We can't trust the rest of these fucking pricks. They're so condescending. I think we might thug it out with our generation and just find our way, as chaotic as we can be. And shout out to y'all if y'all like in your early 20s, right? And y'all are making a way for yourselves anyway, and you like, I don't know what the fuck you talking about, Benjamin, because I'm doing just fine. And I'm gonna be alright with or without these generations before us. Shout out to y'all. But the only thing I can say about that is, if you don't know what nurturing is about in a supportive environment, we do feel a place of sympathy for you. And I said sympathy. I don't like that word, but it's true. Right now, it's true. At the same time, this is what I'm saying. Libras, y'all are reluctant to fully give, to fully hand over that cup of emotion, because some of these youngins are so negatively impacted by the stigma that has been placed over them. It's like a dog with rabies. They might bite your ass. So you're like, oh my God. Do I or do I not? Typical Libra shit, right? Bit indecisive. You don't know. You don't fucking know. You do know how emotional support can rear up a child. It's been proven successful before, and that's the cup of emotion that you're holding and trying to pass down. But again, this may not be what these youngins want. So will it fall on deaf ears? Is it a waste of your time? Is it a waste of your energy? And that might be why the hovering of going inward is what set this reading off, because it may be about self-preservation. I'm just keeping it a beam with you, Libras. It's undecided. It's up in the air. We don't know if this next generation is going to be the best of us or the worst of us. Oh, since we've been alive. Anyway, I'm pretty sure we could find much worse people in history. But we weren't as resourceful in the Piscean age as we are now. There's a lot at the fingertips to be utilized now that can do 10 times the damage that was done when we were more primitive and didn't have the tools and wealth and resources. There's a millionaire being made every time you turn around now, and some people just like talking like they want to put hits out on people with the money and shit. It's just like, what the fuck? That type of shit, though. You know what I'm saying? It's like your mayor offering or suggesting that you should take in the people who migrated to your land. Oh yeah, let them spend the night. Let them spend a few weeks in a serious tone. They're saying this. They're suggesting this to you. So Libra, again, this has you on the fence. Like, man, is this about self-preservation, or is this about helping motherfuckers? We do live in a highly individualistic society, and I'm not saying society isn't changing, and I'm not saying the potential for change is not in the mist. But when it comes to you, Libra, you are on the fucking fence about this shit. Rightfully so. So let's draw another card to get more clarity, in-depth clarity. The Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, I can't make this shit up. Or maybe I am. And the reason why I say that is because, look, right? The Knight of Pentacles revolves around perseverance. So to persevere is to preserve. Patience comes with this. So see here in the Six of Cups, you're offering something to the younger generation, but you're on the fence about it. You're still holding on to it because you don't know. They looking, but you don't know how they're going to react and respond. This card being drawn next is saying that's you on the horse, Libra. And you got this pentacle too. So it's like your strategy, your method is, well, okay, well, let me present something financial. Maybe the only thing that they will respect is money. And although I've just said we haven't had the resources during the Piscean age that we have now, and this has caused some people to become psychopaths, you're still like, well, maybe that is part of the strategy. Maybe we're supposed to create psychopaths or characters. The opportunities for people, these younger people in particular, to become whatever it is they want to be. You want to be Scarface and die at the end? Knock yourself out. Here goes the money to do it. But you're going to do this in a slow, gradual pace. This is going to come very slowly. And the reason being why this is going to come so slowly is because you're actually giving them the time to heal the childhood wounds that they have. Because that's where it's deriving from. Something in their childhood that has them the way that they are. That's the best way that I can put it. I can't tell you if they had good upbringings or poor upbringings. Sometimes poor upbringings develop the best of our children. Sometimes privileged upbringings develop the worst of our children, and vice versa. We can't really put a finger on it. But what we do know is that the money, because as new entrepreneurs make new money and they'll make it fast, right? But they don't have the experience of managing money and investing money yet. So they can run through it like water, fuck up a whole bunch of bags, and still have no financial experience at the end and be left broke. But because this generation that I'm talking about of you Libras, you have the ability to increase your money management skills. For this particular story that we're telling right now, you're going to be able to offer some money. And this is just one pentacle that this knight is coming with, but it's supposed to be enough. They may look at it as like, are you kidding me? That ain't enough. And that's going to be their prerogative. That's going to be their choice. And you know what is going to be a factor in their decision to if they're going to be a psychopath or not. Sometimes psychopaths are built out of the feeling of scarcity, the experience of scarcity, dichotomy. And again, like I said, some psychopathic tendencies and behaviors are built out of having everything and not having to work for anything. So this pentacle is being offered to say, hey, work for this. You'll get it, but you're going to have to work for it. And if they're not willing to work for it, they're going to do something premature, something in haste that's going to land them wherever it lands them. I'm not saying they're doomed or they're judged. That's not my call to make. That's not what I'm seeing. That's not what I'm feeling. What I'm feeling is that you have to be very gradual in your approach because you're on the fence anyway. You're still on the fence when you're coming to offer this money. So first you offered emotional support, then you're going to offer some money. And you're like, look, I'm bringing all of the tools that I could possibly bring to you. But I'm not necessarily I'm not giving you that cup yet. I'm still sitting on my horse with this money too. I haven't gotten down and I haven't given it to you yet either. because you want to build trustworthy people, trustworthy children, into trustworthy, mature adults, growing adults, and adults. And you want them to be goal-oriented when they make their moves. You want them to build structures and routines that develop more structure and routine, that develops more money and earthly material possessions. And the way they do that is via love, through communications, fostering relationships that allow this type of perseverance to occur. If not, they'll be scrambling by themselves to make names and ways of livings for themselves. This is the freedom age. This is the independence age. They might, again, that's what brings me back to, they might have their own plans. And they might say, man, fuck you, fuck y'all. Or thank you, but no thank you. And then you'll just be like, well, what will you just be like, Libra? Ace of Pentacles. Still offering this bag to them. You're still going to be giving. You're still going to be offering. And I think you're doing this because you know that turning your back completely and closing yourself off completely is not really how this game of life works. You can obtain all of the wealth in the world, and then you'll get bored to the point where you say, I want to help somebody. I don't care who it is. Like, somebody step up. This might be some Hunger Games shit too, because it's kind of borderline looking like that. Like, this is some Hunger Games shit, and you're like one of the hosts of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Who's well off, got a couple of sadistic bones in your body. Like, okay, well, fight for it. Go hunt some deer for this shit or something, you know? What district you come from? I offer this money to your district. Now, achieve the goal and obtain the wealth. It might be the only way for them to do it. And Libra, you're not a stranger to this, because not for nothing, that's what our generation had to go through too. I think we just have more faith in each other because we still had that Piscean cloud hovering over us. I said, man, I'm going to trust you irregardless of what history has shown us and told us. Man, I ain't got no fucking choice but to trust you. You understand what I'm saying? One of those type moves. So, give me a moment here. How rude. But anyway, as I was saying, one moment. You know what? The reading ends here. Pardon me, Libras, but I'm going with my gut. I don't believe in coincidences. Later.